good.
So we are off to Somerset today, and we are going to a working equitation clinic at Southey Farm with Ricardo Wallenstein, who has come over from Portugal. So we are in Amber's lorry, which is much bigger than mine, and Elfie's been really good. He did have a little stop, but he went up the ramp eventually and followed in after his little friend, the other mare that we're taking, so he knows her sort of. So yeah, they're both in, seem to be travelling along quite nicely together, and yeah, we're really looking forward to the clinic. Hopefully the rain will clear up a bit by the time we get there. But yeah, Southey Farm, I met the people from there when I went to the Iberian Performance Show 2 years ago. It was my first ever stay away show with Elf and only my second ever show. And I was there by myself because my friend hadn't arrived yet to help me. So they were lovely. I was parked next to them and they took me under their wing and, you know, looked after me a bit and were ever so friendly. So yeah, it's really nice to be able to go and support them and go to this clinic. So yeah, Amber and I are really excited. Right, we are just walking up the lane. We've pulled up in the lorry, and Alan from Southey Farm has come down with his car to get our tack. So we're just walking a little bit up the lane, and they put two isolation stables to one side for us to be able to tack up in, so that'd be nice because it is a little bit drizzly still. So yeah, but the horses travelled nicely.
Good job. Oh, brilliant. Well done. Cheers.
That's everything you can.
Good girl. There. Just going to put that whip down there for a minute. Going to give yourself a little bit tighter reins.
Yeah,
Good girl. Can we walk a bit? That's a good girl. Look at that. Come on, you be a mountain gate thing. Wow. Good girl. Good girl. There you go.
Yes! Oh!
it. Stand. I'm just going to get off and leave her a bit there.
Like that. No fall, no fall. But this is it. That's it. Good. Now, try to go this way. No fall. You go that way. Very difficult.
Okay.
It's very difficult. That's it.
Yes.
Wait. Oh. No problem. You have to try. You have to practice. Do it without complicating. Come. Bring back to me. That's it. Good. Back a little. Outside left leg.
Okay, I'll get out your way.
Go, go on.
Elfie, did you enjoy that? Is that your favourite thing to do? Jumping and working equitation? It is, isn't it? You a good boy. Hmm? You a good boy? Just got back and it's very dark now, but anyway, Elfie's travelled very nicely in the big lorry. I'm really proud of him for going in. There he is in the back. Hello, Elfie. Hey, Elfie, Elfie.
He's warm but not sweaty.
Oh, good.
Oh, he's just a sweat behind the arm.
Hey, Elfie. You've been a good boy in there, haven't you? We've made it home. I'm very pleased with him because he loaded into our lorry at the other end when he got to Amber's place to swap into here in the dark, just with this blue light on. But he loaded it straight in that way as well. So I'm so chuffed with him. I'm gonna unload him now, give him his dinner. He's been such a good boy, haven't you? So, our Ricardo Wallenstein, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. So I said that wrong earlier, sorry about that. So yeah, we went to Southey Farm. It was just over 2 hours and it was a long trip for the horses. They hadn't, well, Elf hadn't been in Amber's lorry before, so he hasn't ever been in any other lorry other than my little 3.5 ton since I've had him. So I wasn't really sure if he was going to load, but he went up. Cressida went in first and then he followed up after a few attempts, and then on the way home loading, he was so good, he just went straight in. He was like, don't leave me behind, I'm coming. So he went up and he loaded in the dark at the other end into my lorry to do the last leg home. So I was very pleased with him. So yeah, lots of new experiences. Southey Farm was really lovely. We had, they're very welcoming. Because the lorry was so big that we went in, we had to park down the road, and then they came down with a car and took all of our tack up to a little stable yard for us where they've got some isolation boxes. So they let us use those, just put the horses in to get them tacked up before the clinic. And then we did our hour and a half. The horses had a great time. Cressida hasn't done anything like this before other than a little bit of messing around in the school that Amber and I have, well, I mean, I've taught Amber a few little bits of working equitation from what I've learnt from other clinics I've been to. So Amber has done a tiny bit of practice with Cressida just in her school with using jump poles and wings and things. But she hadn't seen anything like the bridge or the bull before, so it was a lot with such a long journey for them to get there, and then quite a long time in the clinic, and lots of new obstacles and things. It was, you know, a lot for them to take in, but they were both very, very well behaved, and Cressida did really well considering it was her first session. So yeah, she's not terribly old. I think she's 6, but anyway. And then Elf yeah, he loves working equitation, so it's his favourite thing to do. We've really been trying to practice our walk to canters a lot, just generally for dressage stuff. So that's really helped, because doing things like the figure of 8 round the oil drums and the slalom, we wouldn't have been able to do that earlier this year, but now we've got a bit tighter and neater with our transitions and turning. He was able to do that, so it was a bit messy in parts, but I feel like we've progressed quite a bit. Yeah, and Ricardo is a very good instructor. He definitely picked up on a few things dressage wise with the contact, with the canter, and Amber said the same with Cressida, that he came up with a few bits and pieces about you know, with her work that needed adjusting, or could have, you know, a way to ride her a bit better. So we really enjoyed it. So thank you to everybody at Southey Farm, and a massive thank you to Bob for coming along and driving us, and also to Amber's husband Phil. He did the recording for the video, for all the vlogging, so that was really kind of him. So anyway, I really hope you enjoyed it, and it's inspired you to maybe have a go at some working equitation at some point.